Hello and welcome to After the Match podcast. This is Samuel Lyon. It's another episode here on the podcast Hello Media. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us today on a Sunday freaking night. We are live, we are going, and today's gonna be a packed show. This is episode 17, and it's funny that this is I think the fifth or sixth live wrestling podcast we are doing on the channel. We've been doing the rest taped, but we are trying to get the live shows out. The numbers for the last live show was great last week. Great conversation. Shout out to Michael, the boy Michael on X. He did an incredible job here, being a co-guest on co-host, co-guest host. Anyhow, I want to put it on the pod. It was amazing. We had my co-host Emaximas on the show. Emaximas, we are still looking forward to getting Emaximas live on the show tonight, but we are yet to have him on. The show tonight, like I said earlier, is packed. I'm Samuel Lyon. This Hello Media. We do it big over here. We are live on YouTube. This conversation will be out on Spotify. And if you're listening to us on Spotify, thank you so much for all the great job you're doing. Please keep spreading the word. Shout out to everyone out there. And it's officially WrestleMania weekend. By the time this gets out to everybody, it's already been Monday and it's WrestleMania weekend. You're watching us right now on YouTube. Thank you so very much. Joining us on the show for the first time ever making his debut here on After the Match podcast. You know how we'll do it. We'll give the people joining us a big welcome. Please make welcome all the way from the group I'm gladly happy to be a part of. Please make welcome, live for the first time on After the Match podcast. Big Divine, welcome to the podcast. How you doing?
Thank you very much for having me. It's like a very big pleasure to be here. And hello, YouTube, hello, Spotify, hello, wherever and whenever you are hearing this. So it's like, shout out to you guys listening to this, and thank you for supporting Samuel Lion. So, yeah, thank you for having me.
I mean, Big Divine, I'm elated to have you on, and it sounds and it looks like you are ready to roll on here to have a great conversation. And
Yeah.
just like I always do, I give the lead on to the people I have on the show. So, Big Divine, tonight on your debut, where the fuck do you want to start with? What the fuck do you want to start with? What do you want to talk about? What's the first thing you want to talk about here on the show? Let's go.
I want to talk about so many things, but first of all, I want to talk about EU Sky not being on the WrestleMania card, and Liv
Okay.
and Stephanie not main eventing WrestleMania 91. That's what I want to talk about.
Okay, let's go. So, we know EO, great part of the Paul Levesque era, great part of the Triple H booking when it comes to right from NXT down to when she made it to WWE, the main roster. Great job. Michael Cole always says EO is the best goddamn pro wrestler on the planet Earth. You can call it at male or female, and that says a whole lot. EO,
Yeah.
great part of last year's WrestleMania, defending a championship against Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair in what people would call the best match out of of the whole WrestleMania entire both night one and night two, the best goddamn match, male or female. And those women went out there, opened the show for night two, and put on a banger. We've not seen Bianca all year. Dealing with the injury right from that match. That says a lot about how great that match
Yes.
was. Io went ahead to be one of the biggest and best pivotal parts of 2025 in WWE. And we know how much Paul Levesque Triple H loves EO so much. He said it on WWE's Unreal. The documentary out now, season 2 is out now. You can go check it out. He said it best when he said, if all the wrestlers or if everybody was taken away from him and he was to start afresh, if they just give him EO, he is good. That says a lot for him to have all the people to pick, both male or female. He says, if EO is given to me as somebody to start to build with, I am good. So to go from where we were last year to where we are now, it is a criminal offense to have a WrestleMania and
Like,
that woman is not part of the show. That woman is not part of the show in any way, shape, or form. Not in an fuck angle, fuck being making a cameo and all. That woman ends in the match. That's crazy to think of. And to think that he is the creative head, the one in charge of everything creativity, and his so-called best pro wrestler out there is not having a match. People called it, okay, we're gonna have Rhea, Io and Oscar. People call it, okay, Io, Kyrie, like just maybe a triple threat. Everybody had a lot to say, but Io needs to be involved since Rhea is out there doing the Lord's work with Jade on SmackDown. Let's get Io hooked up. Let's get Io, get ready to fight. And here we are, 8 days out of this show. Nothing has been said. The match card for the weekend has been announced. Six match for Sunday, seven match for Saturday. We don't. There's no way in hell we feel this girl will be added into a match. I know we have Raw to go, and we know EO put out a challenge on Instagram. Oscar was saying she's ready to fight. Nothing was said last week. We don't know what the fuck is going on here. So D, you looking at all of this craziness, what is your take on all of this? I know you have a lot to say. You can go with let's hear your point.
Okay, so Io not being on this WrestleMania 42 card is crazy because last year she was on the card and she produced the best fight from both nights. And them
Okay.
making Io being a part Rhea and Jade feud is so stupid because they know, oh, they need to add somebody that can pull attention. Rhea don't have that aura anymore, and people are no longer interested in Jade. People are only interested in Jade if Bianca Belair is in the picture, if Naomi is in the picture. People are only interested in Rhea if Io Sky is in the picture. Now they are adding Io to a senseless feud that shouldn't have happened in the first place. Io and Asuka should be having their own fight on WrestleMania, not you being a baby to to Rhea. Like it's pissing me off. For me being an EO fan, a pro wrestling fan, and it's pissing me off because EO should not be like this. Okay, yes, you don't want to give her the title, you don't want to give her the mid card title. Okay, give her a fight with Asuka. Asuka wants the fight. Asuka made a promo saying she wants to fight Io in WrestleMania. Io made a promo saying she wants to fight Asuka in WrestleMania. In fact, even AJ Lee is supporting it. AJ Lee, the pioneer of women's of like women's wrestling now. AJ Lee is interested in the fight and AJ Lee is calling for the fight to be in WrestleMania. A lot of women are calling for the fight to be in WrestleMania. So them not making that fight in WrestleMania this year and putting it in Backlash is going to be so stupid. Because when it comes to Backlash, nobody is going to be interested. People are going to lose interest in that fight. WrestleMania currently is the best place to put Io and Asuka one on one. Put it there, and we have either Kyrie turning on Asuka or Kyrie going on her own. This is the best time to put it. I don't know why they are adding her to the Jade and Rhea feud when after Rhea Rumble, the first WrestleMania after Rhea Rumble, Rhea clearly said she's going over to SmackDown and she's leaving Io alone to chase her own dreams. Then all of a sudden, Io is coming out to save Rhea. Like, why? He is supposed to be chasing Asuka, and now we have Asuka going for the tag titles because some Bella Twin girl is injured and not cleared. If she's not cleared, then you can bring someone else from NXT to add to that. If you want to make it a four-way fight for the women's tag team title, you can bring Lenny Reed and Fallon Henley. I said it earlier on Twitter. You can bring Lenny Reed and Fallon Henley. Those two girls are currently like one of the best female tag team in NXT. You can bring them from there, put them into the feud. If you don't want to make it like that, okay, you can make it a three-way. Lash Legend and Nia Jax. Then the other people involved in the women's tag fight. Why is Asuka and Kyrie getting involved in the tag fight when Asuka is not interested in the tag title fight? Asuka is interested in the Io Sky fight. Why is it like that? Paul Levesque, one thing I'll say about Paul Levesque, well, I don't like
You know.
sometimes it will be the booker of the year.
Okay.
Sometimes it will turn to like someone dumb that can't book anything. So it's shocking, and I'll say Polevsk is as full he fall my hand. Let me use that word. Polevsk fall my hand a lot because I was not expecting this from him. Iyo is one of his best fighters. He loves Iyo so much, so I don't know why he's treating Iyo like a baby, using Iyo to boost up the interest in the Rhea and Jade feud. It's so senseless.
You know, one of the things that make pro wrestling interesting to anybody that wants to watch it is the aspect of believability. When you believe in what you're watching, nobody out there is going to believe that. Nobody out there will even see why. Obviously, you made mention in back then in January, or let's say yeah, out after the Royal Rumble, when Rhea said it herself, okay, I'm going over to SmackDown to handle. Sorry, was it that she won the elimination chamber. That's what got her. So after
He won
elimination
the
chamber,
Royal
she said,
Rumble.
okay, I'm going.
Yeah,
No, no, she's not. She sorry, elimination. She won elimination chamber in February. Okay,
yeah,
early March. Okay, yeah, I'm going over to
yeah.
SmackDown to handle my business. So get yourself fixed and all of that. You have now. We now have a open window. Everybody's like looking at. Okay, so oh shit, because we all thought it will be Io and Rhea defending the tag team championships. People were mad over that. Like, oh, nobody wants to see that shit. Like, nobody wants to see them defending championship. Like, these were two parts of the best match from last year. Why would they be defending tag team belts? Like, who gives a damn about that shit? Okay, you got that fixed and you separated them. Now people were like, okay, why can't we have the story of Io and Rhea facing each other? Rhea has never beaten Io on a one-on-one match. Can we have that, brought up and like at WrestleMania have a friendly match? You never gave us that. You parlayed Rhea into a match nobody wanted to see, at least not now. And you rob the audience of Jade and Charlotte Flair. Jade is not out there. Is not like one of the best. Oh, she's an in-ring talent. No, but at least the story would have been better because we would believe that okay, Charlotte is going to for the first time in a very long time have a WrestleMania match that that will come close to to us buying into anything. And you now gave us. I'm not saying Rhea and Jade is predictable, but like it's in that category because it came too early. Like nobody wanted to see this shit, at least not now, right? We dealt with that. So now we don't have the options of Io and Rhea anymore. The
One
one out there was Oscar and Io. Why the fuck did you not give us the story? You were playing this out already. We're already seeing how this goes. Let these two Japanese women go out there, beat the holy hell out of them. We know these two can go. We know these two can go out there and give these people run for like I mean the fans would not go out there thinking they were robbed. They will go out like, okay, I got my money's worth in these two people. What is the excuse? And we now live in a world where the Bella twins. I know there's a video package that went out. I believe I don't know you watching on SmackDown, but I watched on YouTube. Brie was the only one in that clip, and we know Nikki is out on injury and all of that shit. But at the end of the fucking day, this is so crazy that this Iyo will now be like, and we were getting the nothing hurts more than doing the going back to the wrestling trope, beating up Iyo for to gain
very
sympathy, and Rhea is being
big.
held back like uh, me. This
Okay, you know one
this
thing.
this wasn't for
They,
me.
they actually they can actually make it
What was that?
fun. The only way they can the only way they can make this fun right now is okay. Iyo is not going to have a match, right? And Asuka is going for the tag titles. That's the plan currently. Make Iyo turn heel. Iyo has been a babyface for so long. Iyo has been a babyface for so freaking long that Iyo has been a babyface. Rhea was a heel. Rhea turned babyface. Rhea turned heel. Rhea turned babyface again. Iyo has been a babyface. Naomi of all people, the glow queen. Naomi, the queen of babyface, turned heel. Iyo has been a baby face. This person, Iyo has been a baby face. Who Bailey. Bailey turned into a heel. Bailey turned into a baby face, and Bailey is just there doing whatever she likes. Now, Iyo has been a baby face
Yes.
for so long. Make Iyo heel. Make Iyo turn against Rhea. That will bring so many interest in that fight. Because currently everyone is complaining like, why is Iyo taking the pin? Why are they squashing Iyo for this useless match that nobody has interest? Tomorrow Raw, let's just all tune in and see Iyo wiping a chair in Rhea's back. I kid you not, that's going to bring a crazy load of interest. That's going to be one of the most interesting fights to see during WrestleMania night, because you can't have two powerhouse face against each other. It's going to be boring. Two powerhouse cannot face against each other. It's going to be so boring. Jade is a powerhouse. Rhea is a powerhouse. It's going to be so boring. Rhea can add sorry, Io can add a flair to that fight. I don't want to see two powerhouse fight. I don't want to see that took that took kayfabe
You
so
know,
real to the extent Body Man, who doesn't even work with WWE, was getting involved in the feud. Rhea's husband was getting involved in the feud. I was like, nah, this is it. I'm not interested in this bullshit. No, everybody like, nah, I'm not interested in this bullshit. Like, even Seth, I'm even way more interested in the Randy and Cody feud. Like, I hate that shit already, but I'm more interested in that than the Rhea and Jade fight. Like, that says a lot about that fight already.
I know this is your first time on the podcast live with us, and maybe it's your first time, checking our content out, and maybe by this you will see what we've done so far. But last week on this show, I said on this show that I like why I would I be interested because I was so pained, and I brought my pain out to Emaximas, who has joined us right now. Emaximas is actually in studio, is ready to go. But I said my piece before we bring him on. I said my piece last week by saying, you know what? This feud was dead before it even began, and that says a lot about
Yeah,
this match. Because to me, for WWE always we in for years we've had issues with fans, stalking the female wrestlers. We see breaking into their homes, and we see them being harassed online and outside, and like they've been dealing with all of these things because of what, like, honestly, is the women, is a man's world, like they say. It's also a men's industry, but the women have been proving themselves all these years, right? But at the end of the day, they are still women, right? That's just, they are still women. So to see Jade, a woman, and a black woman for that matter, going out there, your very first promo to promote why we should be interested in a match that you all know that we were like, we don't want it now. You went out there and you now called out the one thing that everybody should be avoiding, at least coming from you guys. And she was out there, oh, your arms, they are big, but they are not bigger than mine. Your legs might be more physical or more powerful, but they're not powerful. You were out there
I
pinpointing
get
our body. Now, for the cycles online, what do you think they will do next? They will all go, oh, okay, I need to go see. They will now be stalking Ria's social media, trying to get, let's get more candid pictures of Ria. Oh, let's see the powerful legs you're talking about. Who will be thinking about the match? Anyone will be thinking about the match. And that's not what you need. And them focusing on that, I was turned off, but I was not impressed. I was like, oh shit, why would we go here? And right before this match, this promo on that Friday night, that they had something going on social media. We all were thinking, could they parlay off that? They didn't touch that, and all of a sudden you are now stringing EO into this. To me, this storyline was dead before it even began. I would have been more interested if it was Charlotte Flair, because this has been teased for years. I recently, Jade was on Joe Budden's podcast, and she had a lot to say. I mean, this woman debuted on TV October 13, 2023, and the very first person she had a cameo with was Charlotte Flair. You've been teasing this for years. Right before Rhea won the chambers to be declared the winner and the one to face Jade, you teased a moment that was like everybody gagged because you had Charlotte come out there. Although Charlotte lost the qualifying match, we know that Charlotte was not going to WrestleMania. What we're taking is there any way she'll be parading into this. You know, Charlotte came out, and that brief moment of not acknowledging Jade, you know how what that would do to somebody when you are a big star or you feel like you are, and then you have the OG that you would think would acknowledge you, like, okay, I know you're the newest kid on the block. You might be the hottest thing since sliced
Come
bread.
on,
I
man.
acknowledge
What
you.
do you mean
Like
that you feel
she
like you are?
Maximus, I know you have a lot to say about this, but like people might have a lot to say about Jade, thinking that she thinks she's a star or she feels she's a star. But I'm not. This is not the time to go in on all of that. I believe I had a quote right here, and I
Okay,
want to pull it up. I have. I'm sorry, Mike. Before you. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm
wait.
confusing names
Can
here, but I have a quote here. She said, "We have always." This was Jade on Joe Budden's podcast. She said, "We have always teased Charlotte Flair since day one. And every time I had a face to face with this girl, we've got huge reaction." Cargill said in an interview. "I've had many, maybe two face off with Rhea. The reaction on question mark, it was a total difference in reaction here. I would think that we have built more to Rhea because we don't have history. You know, not saying Charlotte and I have history, but there's been more of a reaction with Charlotte. And I have attitude and yelling. Okay, and I have attitude and okay, sorry, which Charlotte and I and Charlotte have had attitude and yelling at each other. I think that would have been an easier route. But I believe the reason we went this route is because it's more money. There's going to be more money that's going to be made against Rhea. Now, this part of the podcast pissed me off. So is she saying the Queen Charlotte Flair, the 14-time women's champion? I mean, the one of, if not the greatest women's wrestler out there. Is she saying she would have made more money? She's making more money with Rhea than they would have made with Charlotte Flair. So now it now ties in with everything going on with TKO, with the corporate chaos and the hot mess we have with the company that owns WWE right now. When it comes to money, you see how they are so focused on the bottom line. How can this like this everything now has to do with celebrity, money, what happens, all of these things is crazy to me. And to see her come here to say this, and it's just a whole mess. I know we've been on this topic a lot and I want to move on from this, but I know Divine, you still have something to say about this. I don't know if you saw this podcast, but you just saw the SF she made here. So I don't know what you have to say about all of this and what you still have to say still. Maybe this is a perfect segue to have a Maximus come in. A Maximus, what do you have to say on all of this?
Uh, Let me talk to you.
Hey, I'm not ready to talk to
so
you. Leave me the fuck
I'm
alone.
okay. I'm sorry I went offline. I told you the network, so I just went to a place to. I
Yeah,
went
we've been
outside
dealing
just so
with
I
that.
can
Mm,
see a little bit of
yeah,
network. Okay, so with my with what I've heard so far, you're talking about the Rhea Ripley, Jade Cargill situation, there involving Io Sky and all of that. Okay, first of all, if I say this looks like a surprise to me, I would be lying because I actually saw that coming. And how did I see that coming? I saw that coming immediately. Um, what is their name? Whereby BFAB and the other lady, when they joined forces with
Michin.
Jade and to attack, yeah, Michi to attack um Rhea Ripley, Rhea, just leave it at Rhea. So when I thought, I was
Yeah,
like, oh, they're going to involve Yosuke, and this is going to make it to be worse. this is going to make it to even get more boring and so tiring because it's going to be as they've attacked. This was actually my prediction then. They attacked Rhea. Rhea is going to call on backup, which is Io. Then they're going to have a tag team match. Then they're going to have a single match. Then Io is going to get probably destroyed. Then maybe Io is not going to take all my prediction actually came to pass. So I already know all this bullshit. Now let's move. Let's look at what we are facing here now. First of all, Mr. Divine, right? Big Divine. I think that's your username. Okay.
Yes, Big Divine. Yeah,
First of all,
yeah.
when I entered the stream, you were talking something. You were saying something about you don't want You said okay. You said nobody wants to see two powerhouses fight. Actually, I do want to see two powerhouses fight. Example, you give me Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. Those are two powerhouses. I want to see them fight. You give me, if you give me Jade Kage and Rhea Ripley in a very, very good, how am I going to put it? Good slate that's going to entice me, that's going to make me. Now, look at the fact. Okay, let's look at, imagine putting Bianca in Jade's shoe. Imagine it's Bianca versus Rhea. How are you going to feel about it? And both of them powerhouses, but those that is going to make the market more profitable than. Well, let me not go to Bianca because I actually know that she might come at WrestleMania. She might come back at WrestleMania and probably that help Jade or help Rhea, one of those two. I don't know yet, but let's find out. Um, now
Okay,
for
okay,
their
sorry,
matches.
please, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, so from their matches, from the okay, not their matches, sorry,
Because my
from their
network is
promos.
lagging out. So, like, um, I'm someone that sometimes I don't follow those Dave Metza and Shane Rossap news, but sometimes I do follow it.
Okay.
The plan this year for Jade was for her to fight, was for her to face Bianca Belair, but that injury stuff made that plan cancelled out. And their second option was Charlotte Flair, was for Jade to have a fight with Charlotte Flair. But the reason that okay, Charlotte was in WrestleMania last year, putting her again in a title fight this year would have been somehow. And their best option was to pick
But you know it's
Rhea
funny
Bloody.
because
Like
for years we
it's
all
funny
complain
because
about Charlotte always being a
Rhea
tag
has
team
been
match, but
Rhea has always been in
yeah, we
WrestleMania, one way or the other. She has always been at like there's always I don't think there has been for the past 4 years. Rhea has always been in WrestleMania fighting for the main title, and people are like complaining, "Oh, Charlotte this, Charlotte that." Jade versus Charlotte would have been a very good feud. Jade
But
versus
she
Rhea
wasn't
would
in
have been.
WrestleMania last year now, or was she?
Rhea was in
She wasn't
WrestleMania.
the main event last
she
year.
was,
Rhea,
yes, she was. We just said it, one of the best main events. Yeah, Rhea
Io
Bianca.
was in WrestleMania
You.
last year.
Amazing.
Io was in
Keep my mind.
WrestleMania. Rhea was in WrestleMania. Rhea has always been WrestleMania. Rhea has always been in WrestleMania every freaking year. She has always been, and it's for the main title, not tag, not mid tag, not just random matches. Always for the title,
And she's
and
that good. So
it makes me want to believe that oh, Rhea is always crying to creative because I want you guys to notice something. Rhea has always been in the main title picture. Even when she's going for the tag team, she has always been in that main title picture. She has always been there. It's and other female wrestlers, someone like Charlotte now. Look at her. They made her focus on the tag titles. She's not in the main picture. Look at Bailey. They have been using Bailey as rubbish for the past 2 years. Look at Becky Lynch
okay.
facing
Sorry,
facing
sorry
IC title.
cut you short, Mr. Big Divine. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, I get everything you're saying. I understand everything you're saying. But if we are looking at it that way, if you're saying Rhea is always, probably you saw it from somewhere that Rhea is always crying to the creative to put her in this thing. I feel that is not an a legit argument, because if you say Rhea is always crying because of she has been on the cards, on the main event cards for 4 years, then what will you now say about Charlotte Flair? Because I know Charlotte Flair before the 4 years that Rhea has been on the main card, she has been dominating the main card since she debuted. She has been dominating the female card main event since she debuted. So you want to tell me Charlotte is also crying to the creative to put her, or is it that they
Okay.
are just that good, or is it that
Um,
it's just that their time?
when Charlotte was doing that, everybody was shouting Nepo baby," because of her dad. Everybody was
But
saying, "Oh,
this
she's getting that
this
opportunity
this
because of her dad." Charlotte was also receiving her own fair share of insults. Charlotte
And
was
that's
also
why I'm
receiving
saying that is it not funny that for now we are now saying that Charlotte should be put in this match. We all wanted
yes,
Charlotte for the first
because
time. We
this
all
would
are the
have
one
been
clamoring
better.
for Charlotte.
Because
I don't want
Charlotte,
Charlotte, please.
I'm not a big Charlotte Flair fan, oh, but she and Jade would have
Charlotte
been
sucks.
very
Oh,
much better.
Emaximas doesn't suck. Please, let's get that. Let's get that. That she was one of, if not the greatest women's wrestler out there. Let's get that straight. That's a point.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
yeah.
fact. That's not even debatable.
That's what they all say. That's
Charlotte
what they
Flair
all
would
say.
have been Charlotte Flair would have been better with Jade. Charlotte would have been better,
I
and
don't I don't I don't think so. I
The
don't think
story would
so.
have been there.
the level,
Two
the,
queens.
the
Two
level of
queens.
interest,
That's how the way I see it.
I don't think so.
the
I
This
don't
level,
think
sucks.
Charlotte will be better than Rhea.
currently, the reason Rhea and Jade match is getting interest is because of Io Sky. That's the only reason
It's
that
not
that
because
that
of
feud
that.
is getting interest is because
I
of
don't
Io
I don't
Sky.
I don't think I don't think it's because of that. I think that's what they want us to think, that is interesting.
No, that's not what they
Who's
want
going
us
to
to think.
focus
It's
with
because
E?
of Io Sky. It's because of EU.
It's not
Everybody
actually
knows.
because of that.
They know if they start
Jade is
squashing
bad on
EU,
the mic.
everybody's going to talk about it.
Jade is terrible on the mic. Jade is poor on the mic. Jade makes Rhea looks bad, because
Rhea
Rhea
is
needs
bad.
somebody that she can
No,
flow
I
with,
don't want
and
us
Jade
to
is not
now.
that kind of person that she can flow with. Yeah.
This is not
So that's just my
guys,
take.
guys. This is not like a podcast where we come here to dissect and call any wrestlers or anything like that, because I mean, we all understand what it means to be them out there. But at the end of the day, as Cody Rose called us, well, they will say we are customers, but we are also family. So family is supposed to spot out things that is not good. Family is supposed to say
Who
things
could
that does not
lose?
look good to them. Family is supposed to critique each other and stand there and still help each other. We are out here still watching. We are out here still tweeting. We are out here still supporting the business. But at the end of the day, we won't sit back and be fed trash and just have to we have to be cool. Family supports family. Jade is not the best one out there. Some will call her green, but at least she has made a little bit of improvement. Not WrestleMania worthy, but they want us to
What
choke on
what
what they're
kind of
giving us
sick
with Jade.
improvement is that?
Okay, now I know I know she's not everybody's cup of tea. Might not even be most people's cup of tea. But there's no way in hell
Facts.
that a maximum you will get us kicked out of air. You will get Jade people coming for us. A maximum, you have to calm down.
But that's
Now
the fact,
Jade,
man. That's the fact.
The
Come
thing
on.
is, the thing is, Jade has always been trash since her AEW days. No,
Come on,
no,
man. Don't be
no,
like
that's a
that.
fact. Jade,
oh my God,
Jade
Big
has,
Divine, we are not going to be doing this.
Jade has always been trash since her AEW days. The only reason Jade is getting crazy opportunities is because she has that star power.
No, she has
Jade,
She
stronger
looks the
legs.
part. No,
Jade
no, no,
just
no, no.
has that
Let's
star
let's let's give
power.
kudos. Jade is uh,
You know what? You
well.
know one
le-
thing I'll keep saying.
She
One
has
thing I'll
bigger
keep saying.
arms. That's
You
why.
know one thing. One thing I'll keep saying is
Emaximas, shut up.
Jade. Jade is just an upgraded Bianca Belair, but without the wrestling ability.
Oh my
That's
God,
what
big
Jade
divide!
is.
Stop with big divide. We are not going to be doing that here. We are not going to be, calling people.
No, no, no.
Did you just say
That's
did you just
Damn.
said upgraded? You just said
she's
upgraded. I
yeah.
thought
She's
you
the
would have
like.
said
No,
Wait,
no. I think
wait.
she is.
You don't understand what I'm saying. Jade Jade is like Jade aura is much like Jade has more aura than Bianca, but
Look
Bianca
at
has
that
more
woman.
wrestling
Look at that
ability
woman. The
than.
way that woman is built.
Yes, her aura is like wild. Jade just has that
well,
aura. That's
true.
why I said she's the upgraded Bianca Belair, but without the wrestling ability.
Reminds me of Trick
She's so
Williams too.
marketable.
Yes, Trick is also ass. I won't even lie. Trick is trash.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Big divine and Emaximas. You will get me. You will get people coming
No,
for this
bro,
podcast.
bro. We are if we are being
You guys with
honest,
this
if we
wild
are being
things.
honest, keep the whoop that trick aside. Keep the let's talk about it aside.
His
In the
wrestling
ring,
moves
Trick
are
Williams
weak.
is so pure trash. You can even see his moves does not even connect at all.
Good on mic, but trash in the ring.
Javon
Oh
Evans
my
is
God.
way Javon Evans is way better than Trick Williams in the ring.
Come on, don't compare Jevan Evans to him. You can compare somebody like um who
Danielson.
am I going to put now? Somebody like no,
Oh my God.
like
Danielson
Big
or
divine and Maximus.
Chris
Matrido,
No, we are not going to be doing this.
Matrido,
You are
or
not going to be doing this.
Matt Cardona, sorry, Matt Cardona, I
No,
meant to say
don't
Matt Matrido.
disrespect the indie god, please. Don't disrespect the indie god. Don't disrespect Matt Koda and
All
Matt
right,
Cardona. The indie god,
guys.
don't
And
disrespect him.
guys, guys,
The indie god my
let's
ass.
come back home. Let's come back home. Let's bring it back home. Oh my Jesus! Oh my God! Let's come back home. Let's come back home.
Alright.
I know that yes, everything talks, and I actually want to move out or move on from this EO Jade stuff. Like this shit is crazy. The match is happening. We have one more SmackDown to go, one more Raw, one more SmackDown to go, and let's see
Please,
what they
please,
can whip
please
up for
don't
us.
talk about SmackDown. SmackDown is trash.
But
Let's keep
no,
that
but I'm not talking about.
aside.
Come on,
I'm not
SmackDown
talking
is not
about that.
trash. SmackDown is not trash. Let's talk about SmackDown,
I,
please. I
Okay,
love
so
SmackDown.
talking about SmackDown, the one thing that happened on that show is somebody talking about somebody missing WrestleMania and somebody not being part of the match, a match that we all would have wanted. And I'm parlaying this to the one person you just mentioned here, and that is Camelo Hayes. So Camelo Hayes, Mello, as we all called, and it's so funny how he's hype man, the man, the greenest motherfucker he put to be behind him, beside him, sorry, to help be the hype man for him in NXT is actually going to be a part of WrestleMania in his first year. And Melo has been here for almost 3 years and has never even come close to sniffing the main show. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to see. And to think that Strick Williams, the greenest motherfucker that we all knew, is now going to WrestleMania against Sami Zayn. I don't know, for some reason
You mean
Triple H
against the
always finds a
gingerbread
way
man?
in pushing. Oh
You know,
my God, let's not
you
go
know
there.
one
Let's not.
thing.
Okay, no one.
One
Let's
thing.
talk about it.
One,
So,
one thing I know for a fact is Carmelo Hayes will be leaving WWE. That's certain. That's certain. Carmelo will leave WWE. Carmelo will go to
Sorry,
AEW.
big divine. Please, can Samuel Lion just finish what he wants to say so we can
Yeah, yeah, sure. Sorry
so we
for
can just
cutting you off.
let him finish. Sorry for cutting you short. Sorry.
all right. So, now Camelo Hayes, health is gone down, became one of the brightest things to come out of NXT 2.0. No, as we the NXT Black and Gold, what anybody that will share the same sentiment with me, we hated what Vince and his team made NXT to be after kicking out Triple H and his team and taking it over, and we had NXT 2.0. But the brightest things to come out of
Gingerbread
that
man.
version or that era, we had uh, we had Tiffany Stratton come out of there, we had Roxanne come out of there, we had the Braun Breakers of the world come out of there, we had Trick Williams now out of there. I mean, come on. one of the brightest stars. We have Obafemi, going against Brock, come out of there. But Camelo Hayes, the one name that came out of there, one of the last from the Indies to get signed and be part of the this thing. This boy, you know, dig down deep. This boy went in there, did his job every single time, and became the biggest star from that particular season, that era. Made it to the main roster. Became one of the. He was part of the first draft pick, the pick that had Cody Rhodes in there. He was the first NXT to be drafted. He was the first NXT to be a part of the first draft pick for that particular year. Now, almost 3 years out of that part, this boy has been relegated to literally nothing. To be tag teaming with Miz, to be relegating to nothing. He was able to win the 100 Giant Battle Royale. Nobody gives a fuck about that. He was able to, manage his way through,
Come on,
eat
man.
shit and like it up until last December, where a lock struck gold for him, and Trick was able, I say Trick, Melo was able to get his hands on the United States Championship, and he played ball and played game with that shit every Friday night, becoming the best things to come out of that deadly show. That show sucks. That show is not for me. 3 hours too long, and we had to sit down there and watch one horrible of a show. But Melo was always one to watch. And right as he was about to make it to his first WrestleMania, in comes TKO, in comes Triple H and his team with always with the hype, going with what is trending on social media against what is best for business. It's so funny how Triple H is the same person that touts we need to do something best for business, but he refuses to see the need that Melo has earned a spot on the WrestleMania card. And on Friday, we had this man, we shot a scene where Melo has been complaining about an injury. Now we now know we obviously we know it's a storyline based injury, and so that they can fit their model of having the match with Sami Zayn and Trick Williams. And we have been stuck into that just so that we have little Yari, yadding his way to the WrestleMania moment, so that we can have all the celebrities coming on in Las Vegas, And now Melo is out. Guys, this is me throwing it out to you, Big Divine 12, a maximum on the podcast. What do you have to say about it? I know we talked about this in full length last week, but but we're still hoping that he will be added. Now the match has been announced, the card is out. This boy is not part of this show. How are we going to get this show on the road? And Melo is not part of WrestleMania. Reactions, guys. Your thoughts.
Okay, so the night that thing happened about Melo losing his title, I think it was the same night he had. I think it was the same night Randy revealed that Pat McAfee was the one behind the call, right? If I'm correct, it was the same night.
Please come again.
So when Melo lost his title, was it the same night? Cody
No, it wasn't the
and
same night, but it was
it
the
wasn't the
night
same night,
before.
right? Okay, because
Night
I
before,
think
yes.
I was not available that night, so I slept off. When I woke up, the first thing I was seeing, the clip I was seeing was Melo losing his title to Sami Zayn.
All
I
right.
was like, why?
Big Divine, can you hear me? Big
Yeah, I
Divine.
can, I can. Yeah, I can.
All right, so please hold that thought on. I just wanted to give a shout out to Anthony Magzanobi. Please, if I'm butchering your name, I'm sorry. Anthony oh my goodness, Anthony Manzanop. 3240 joined us on the pod. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. We love you right here. This is a pro wrestling show. We have a maximum on the show.
Thank
We have
you.
Big Divine 12 on the show.
Thank
Please
you.
thank you for joining us. And if you guys are joining live, if you have any question to ask any of the team here, you can send it down here on the comment section. We'll get right into it. I just wanted to celebrate you and thank you for subscribing and joining us. Big Divine, please go on.
Okay, so I woke up and I saw the clip. I was like, why? What the fuck is this? I had to like go rewatch it, and I was like, no way. Then I will always say this, and I'll keep saying it. They don't respect Carmelo Hayes in that company. Carmelo Hayes is like the best product from NST from that their set, because when it was coming up, it was Carmelo, Bron Breakker, and I think who else? I've forgotten the other people. Bron Breakker immediately got pushed to the extent he even fought for the world heavyweight title against CM Punk. Like, Bron Breakker immediately got pushed, and I will keep saying it and I will keep saying it again over and over. Carmelo Hayes is way better than Bron Breakker by far, but I don't know why Carmelo Hayes is being disrespected so much in that company. Melo has been on the main roster for 3 years now and has never made WrestleMania. And we have I Show Speed making WrestleMania. We have Jelly fucking Roll making WrestleMania. We have fucking Pat McAfee, that fucking fool, making WrestleMania. We have Liliachi going to WrestleMania. People who doesn't, I won't even be surprised if Sexy Red or Cardi B pops out.
Oh my God! Let's not be saying things out there, please. Let's not
I,
manifest things we will not be able
I
to come out
won't
of.
I won't be shocked. We have those people going to WrestleMania, and we have Carmelo Hayes. I will bring this name up too. We have Ilya Dragunov and Catering, and those lame asses will be going to WrestleMania, and we have two talented motherfuckers sitting in Catering. Then all of a sudden, Carmelo Hayes is injured. Someone that carried SmackDown on his back for a whole year, all of a sudden got supernaturally injured, and Matt Cardona is the one that is going to defend him. Like, come on now, come on. That's like bullshit. Okay, if you guys are not going to add Camelo by fake injury,
Boo, the noise.
give Ilja Dragunov something. Add, add Dragunov to the fight. If you're not going to give Gunter to Dragunov, Gunter has been begging for that fight. Gunter wants it. Gunter has been begging for it. Gunter wants to fight Dragunov in WrestleMania. You guys are not going to give him. Okay, add Dragunov to the Trick and Sammy fight. Add add Dragunov to it. You're not going to add Melo. Melo is injured all of a sudden. Okay, add Dragunov to it. But no, they are not going to give the two guys that have been carrying SmackDown for a year. And I'm not surprised, Sha. I'm not surprised they did that, because lately SmackDown has been looking like that career-ending roster. Because look at the Street Profits. Those guys produced a 5-star classic tag team match last year, and all of a sudden we can't even see them anymore on TV. They are not on TV anymore. Camelo that has been carrying the brand for a
Uh,
whole year. We can't see Camelo has been injured, and he did not get rewarded with WrestleMania. Ilja Dragunov that came back and produced 5-star classic. Ilja is not getting anything. Ilja has not been booked. Dragunov is in catering. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Sometimes I wonder if it's Paul Levesque that is booking, or if it's Michael Ace that is booking, or if it's Tony Khan, the WWE, the
oh my
WWE. No,
God!
no, no, no. Let me
Let's
say
not.
the WWE.
Nikan. He's
Sorry,
just
Nick
doing
Khan.
business. He's the
Khan.
business person. He's not in the
If
creative
it's Nick
side.
Khan, if it's Bruce Pritchard, I don't really know. I don't know who is booking. They're just booking rubbish on SmackDown. Before, I thought it was Road Dog. I was calling
He is
for Road
out.
Dog
The
to
man,
be.
you
I
guys
was
ran that man out of that company. You
I,
ran
I
that
was
man
part
out
of
of
them.
the fucking job.
I will not deny I was part of the people that ran that man out of that company. He got
You guys
he
made that man
left.
quit on the job.
Road Dog left, and still SmackDown is still shit. SmackDown is still dog shit. I thought Road Dog
Well,
leaving will help the brand. No, it did not. It's worst. We have MFT and White Six feuding for the past 7 months, like fighting for a fucking lantern. They collected the lantern last week. Oh, now next week they'll be doing a street fight. Why? For 7 months feud? 7 months? Like it's so fucking frustrating.
Right now, Divine, you're just going on a rant. Yeah.
I'm just
All right.
tired
So,
of
Divine, I
fighting.
know you have a lot of frustration. This was me last week. Last week, Emaximas was and Michael were trying to calm me the fuck down because I was just ranting my head off. I couldn't just believe my shit. The Lambton case you just brought up was one of the biggest topic on the show last week. I was like, I couldn't like. You need to take a gun right now and blow my head off because you can't tell me that you will put out a story for 7 long months and that was how you ended it. You just handed back the Lambton that has been causing all of this craziness for months. Is this how we are now doing? Who wrote this
let's
shit? That was the question I asked.
let's go
So,
back.
but
Let's go back to
a maximum is here. A maximum, like I know you. There's no way you can. You like putting positivity. You like to sprinkle positivity in everything. But how can you justify that? I know we all say. Not everybody's supposed to go to WrestleMania. Not everybody will go back go to WrestleMania. It needs to be those that has earned the spots to be there. You can't say that you can't say that Carmelo and Dragonov haven't earned their way to that WrestleMania match card. But right now, seated here as of now, they are not even booked for nothing. The least we can actually see them they will do in that WrestleMania week will be part of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. We saw that last year. I don't even know if Dragon was part of that shit last year, but he was injured
If
all year,
I
came back
if
and did the
if I
best
see
job he could do.
Dragonov in that
So
Andre
so
the Giant match, if I see Dragonov in that Andre the Giant match, and Bloody Dan Alsen come and say you are cursed, and all of a sudden Dragonov fly out of the ring, the way I'm going to fucking crash out on, like I'm going to personally DM all those fucking creative guys. I don't care if they block me. I don't care if they report me. I'm going to personally DM all of them, threatening their life because you can't come and tell me that Dan Alsen can do is you are cursed on the Mad Dragon. You can't disrespect the Mad Dragon like that. Nah, it can't happen. It can never happen. Yes, not be everybody supposed to go WrestleMania. Dragonov supposed to go. Camelo Hayes supposed to
okay.
go. Those two of
Big
them
big
deserve her
big
now.
divine. Let's big divine. Let's chill. Let's chill out. Let's chill out. Sambola, you were saying something before, so that I can come in.
yes, I was trying to parlay this to you. I'm like, I know you like putting a lot of positivity sprinkles on anything, but even Jelly Roll can't solve this shit. A piece of Jelly Roll can't solve this whole shit. So, a maximum. What do you have to say about this whole thing? Because we've talked about the Jade situation and everything. Now we are in the Camelo Hayes crazy mess. Like, how did we lose the plot in this? Your
Okay.
thoughts?
Okay. Let me talk to you.
I don't want to talk
Yeah.
to you, Master. Please
Okay.
get the fuck out
So
of here.
first of all,
Yeah.
you mentioned Jelly Roll, right? He sucks. So that
Ugh.
aside, I just want to clear that from my mind. So now let's now look at the situation between Camelo Hoyes, the gingerbread man, and Whoop That Trick. Okay, now, first of all, nobody wants to see gingerbread man and Whoop That Trick. Nobody wants to see
Nobody.
that.
Nobody wants to see that shit.
Everybody hopes was on Camelo versus Trick Williams. That's what everybody was hyping on, and I knew that match was going to be awesome at WrestleMania. Then boom, who cries out to the creative team? Who has been crying out in the background for years? I say sorry, I said yes. For months now, Sami Zayn, the gingerbread man. He just came outside of the blue and said he wants to challenge for the United, and boom, he won it. Then he slots himself into the WrestleMania match. Now nobody wants to see that shit. Oh, sorry, mind my words. Nobody wants to see that match. So now let's look at it. First of all, was Carmelo Hayes cheated? Yes, he was cheated on. Was he not treated right? Yes, he wasn't treated right. Now, Camilo Hayes was the first pick. I think was it not 3 years ago? Yes, 3 years ago. It was the first pick of SmackDown. And when it was the first pick, I was so happy for him. I was like, yes, finally he could make his match. And I even liked it the way he was drafted to SmackDown, not Raw, because Raw is a very, very dangerous place to be. If you are not strong enough, you can't you can't stay in Raw. Don't don't take my word for it. Ask Bron Breaker, ask
Yes, Raw is
Bronson
so
Reed. They will tell
stacked
you,
right now.
they'll tell you more about that. So he's very, very stacked. So I love the way he came to SmackDown. SmackDown makes it appeal, even though the brand is a shitty brand. No, let's not put it shitty. It's not that shitty like that. Come on now, like, guys. It's not like that shitty. But I know it's shitty, but not shitty. So, but at least it's a place whereby you thrive easier, or is there a word like that? You thrive easily than Raw. So I was happy he got there, but all of a sudden he kind of, I don't know whether they left him off the hook. But now there were two reasons why I felt they left him off the hook. Number one, when he came, on the norms, if an NXT person debuts, he starts fighting from bottom, starts fighting those little wrestler there, or maybe all those jobbers. Jobbers are, we all know who jobber, right? So all those
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
jobbers, and start fighting them before he start getting to championship, maybe middle card championships. There are like they fight their way up before they get to world champion. But now, if you look at this story of Camelo Hayes, or Melo, let me call him Melo. He didn't start like that. He started from up. Who was the first person he challenged? Cody Rose. Does it make sense? No. Why doesn't it make sense? I'll get back to that. Then who was the next person he challenged? Randy Orton. Now, is he not killing himself? Yes. After fighting those two match, then they had to attach him with that maze. So now, why is it bad for him? Because number one, when a top wrestler wins you, this is just a WWE. Okay, let's say WWE. Okay, let's say a wrestling kind of ranking. Now take a look at this. Now let me just switch because I also watch football. So now football, if somebody that is at the top beats you, maybe you are trying to climb the table, the league table, and somebody at the top beats you, you are coming down, or you are staying in a particular place, or you are coming down, then other people that maybe they played other little teams, maybe one of them won't win, they're going to climb above you. So that's the same situation that happened to Camille Hayes at that period. He beat what more than what he could chew. So that's what really affected him. So when he really did well in the matches. He always has a good sell. He he makes the wrestling match easy for the veteran, which is Cody Rose and Randy to. The matches were very, very solid and all, but that was
And
not
don't
a
forget
good
his
idea for
7-star
him.
classic with Andrade.
I don't know who advised. Yes, I don't know who advised him to do that, but let's move on from there. So then he started this thing with the maze thereabout. They're supposed to get taxing gold. Like they're supposed to get taxing gold, but I think it was the maze that cost him that, something like that. Then they had to start using it to fighting middle card matches, and that middle card matches were actually nice. Like you said, the 7-star performance against what's his name?
Andrade.
Can you remind me his name? Andrade,
Andrade.
yes.
Andrade.
Those matches were very, very amazing. Those matches were very, very amazing and sweet to watch. So now, after doing all that, all the matches, that was one of the matches that was actually exciting in SmackDown. So after fighting everything, finally had the opportunity, because then he was trying to get that United States champion, but he has been falling short. But this year he finally got it. Getting it, he's had a lot of amazing, sweet, amazing matches. Camilo Hayes is, to be honest, Camilo Hayes is amazing on the ring. You can't take that away from him. He's amazing on the ring. The way he does his springboard, the way he does his moves, his moves are just cool. You don't need to stress, but it's effective, but it's not that stressful. He doesn't need to jump rope to rope like the way Javon Evans done and fly. That boy is bound. No, he doesn't need that. You just take his play cool as you like, cool and calm
And
as you like. And
he has a
those moves
banger
are
of a
very,
team
very,
song.
very, very, very exactly. So he's a very, very cool guy. I love him, but I don't know why they treated him like that. And I have my how am I going to say it? I have some things that I would like to say. Now, first of all, in the wrestling industry, believe it or not, size matters. Size
Okay.
actually matters. Now, let's take it at this point. If you look at it in the with since you'll be following wrestling, how many people with little body have actually like held a title for a very, very long time?
You can
They
count
are
them with one
countable.
hand.
You can count them.
Mm,
Yes, you can count them one hand. But if you look at people that can hold the belt for a long period of time, they are physically they are physically shaped, they are tall, they are
mm,
huge.
yes.
Not like very, very huge, they are very, very huge. So I always have that perception that body size actually matters. Body size actually matters. No matter
At
how
least in
good you are,
WWE.
if your body, yes, in WWE, no matter how good you are, if your body standard doesn't reach that peak, that um peak that he wants it to get to, I don't think they are going to like carry up. Now, l- look for example now. Okay, sorry, I said look for example. Take for example now. Look at what's happened now. Trick Williams came. Trick Williams debuted. Was it not this year? He debuted this year now. Was it January or
Yes,
so? He
yeah,
debuted
January, the
then. Now
first
look
show of
at
the
it.
year.
Look at his star power. Look at the star power. Now, will you tell me that it's because Trick Williams is more has more in-ring ability than Camelo Hayes or this and
No,
that?
no,
What
definitely not.
stands out? What stands out with
I-
what stands out
It's the
in
sex
Trick Williams?
appeal.
He's just good in mic. He's just good in mic. He's tall and he has the physique.
Yes.
That's just what he has. He's good in mic.
It's the
He's
sex
tall
appeal.
and
They
he's
want, they like what they
he's
see on camera, how
exactly
they present him, how he looks like a
Ex,
star.
ex, ex,
Uh,
exactly. And now look at something again that you need to also know. I've talked about physics. Now let's look at the second one, the fans. Now we are African fans. You get that right? We are African
Yeah.
fans. Now you can't compare
yes.
African fans to the white people. Sorry if any white person in the but now I'm just being practical, I'm just being logical. You can't compare the African fan because if you go to the white people fan base, they actually like Camilo Hayes, but they don't rate him. They rate Williams than him. And why is that? Now look at it. Be strong, strong. You must know how to do everything. You must know how to fly. You must know how to jump. You must know how to be athletic. We believe in athleticism and you must fight to get what you want. Now, what does the white people think? Just be entertaining. Make people to connect with you. That way, anytime they see you. Now, take for example now, look at what Oba is doing. On a normal scenario, number one, Oba hasn't joined any brand. Do you know that he's still a free agent? So he fights in both brands, right?
Yes, yes.
Right. Now, he fights in both brands.
Yes.
He's still a free agent. He fights in both brands. So now, look at it. What does Oba do? What does Oba does? And what does he do? His team song is amazing. The way he carries himself, he just they like the folk. They like the folk. They like him. They just like him. So they talk about him very well. Now, look at Williams. When he comes out, whoop that trick. Even though he's a heel, but and you don't like what the way he fights, but they like the way he talks on mic. They like the way his appearance is, like he says, sexual appearance. So and that's guys going to go for most of the ladies. But now if you look at Melo, Melo is not that kind of 6 foot kind of guy that would actually be fit for maybe like a main event or a high level pay-per-view or PLE or a world championship material. Even though they're going to give him that world champion in the future, it's not going to last. Just like the way this United States champion didn't last. So that is just it. The fan base to also matter. But now I'm just like you said, I'm sprinkling positive. Now let's be let me go back to being a normal fan now. Um, Melo was treated terribly. He was treated terribly. I didn't expect it from. I didn't expect gingerbread man. Why am I calling this nigga gingerbread? Yes, he's a gingerbread man. I didn't expect gingerbread man to win to win that match. I didn't expect it at all. And I didn't expect Gingerbread Man to now put himself, just paved his way to WrestleMania, and they couldn't add Williams Melo to it. So it was Williams and Gingerbread Man. So it was very, a very terrible thing to do. Now you talk about what's it called? The match they fought. The match they fought. That was I think Melo had a rematch, right? He had a rematch with Gingerbread Man. I think it was um Trick made him to also win that match, Abby. Something like that. I can't please remind me. I can't really
His
remember
injury, I
again.
think
Lots of
his
things have been going
injury.
on my mind. So
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. Melo had the match with
that was
Sami
where he
Zayn
got
again.
injured.
This is where we yeah, where in that match was he injured? Somebody should pinpoint that from you. I did not see anything. Well, but they beat that man clean, and that was what
Exactly.
we now knew that okay, there's no way that man is making it to WrestleMania. That man is done for. He's fucked.
So that is just it. So uh good luck to Melo. I really love the guy, and I hope he finds one him leaving WWE. I don't think he's going to leave WWE. I think they're still going to use him for one or two great things. But I don't think he's going to leave WWE. But the thing is that I feel Melo would be a more of a heel. He's he acts more when he's a heel than when he's a baby face, because I've been following him in his time in NXT when he
Well,
has been acting as a heel. When him and Trick Williams were together, he's amazing as a heel. He makes the crowds to go wild, all those stuff. He's a heel. They hate him. They have that mixed reaction. Some hate him, some love him. Thereabout, but he's really perfect as a heel. And I can tell you for a fact, a lot of wrestlers are going to turn heel this after WrestleMania.
well,
I can tell
well.
you for a fact. That is
Please,
just my take.
can I say something before I leave? Because I'll be
Well.
leaving soon.
All right. Before you leave, I just wanted to parlay this so that we can just wrap up this whole thing. Right.
Can I
So
can I say
talking about
something?
some.
It's still relating to the Camelo issue. So I'm noticing a little bit of, should I, is it deja vu? Is that the language for it? I'm noticing a little bit of
Yes.
it here because like you can go check it out. Back then in NST before Camelo came, there was Swerve Strickland. It was not using the name
Okay.
Swerve Strickland there.
Yes.
Swerve was one of the biggest stars in NST back then, even though it did not win the NST the major title. He won the cruiserweight title.
Okay.
He won the North American title. Swerve was one of the biggest stars, one of the biggest, and he was always producing 5-star class. He was always producing bangers upon bangers every match. Then he was drafted to the main roster. He came to the main roster. S- Swerve went from being this beast to this tame man. Like he did not have anything. He could not do anything again, and he was released. He went out and reinvent himself. Reinvent himself. Look at Swerve now. That's what I'm noticing about Camelo. That's why I said Camelo will eventually leave WWE. Because look at Camelo in NXT. Camelo was the top dog. Like Camelo was up. Camelo was above Braun Breaker. Camelo was above Ilja Dragunov. Camelo was above Trick Williams. Now he came to the main roster. Camelo went from fighting Cody Rhodes to getting squashed by Randy Orton, to getting missed with The Miz, to his 7-star classic with Andrade, and the rest. Like he's going to leave WWE for sure. He will go out and reinvent himself. He's going to like show WWE You know what? Like just like Cody Rhodes, you know what? I'm going to go out. I'll show you the star I can be. Because for sure, this is not me even I'm not saying this for saying sake. If Carmelo Hayes goes to either New Japan Pro Wrestling or AEW, Carmelo is going to be a very big star. Carmelo is going to be a very, very big star. And just like you said, Emaximan, Carmelo as a heel is so fucking deadly. Carmelo as a heel is so interesting to watch and is so good on the mic. Carmelo as a babyface, I would not even rate him up there as someone that's good on the mic. But Carmelo as a heel Carmelo, I'll put him up there with CM Punk on the mic. I'm not even capping because I followed him from his NXT days too. Carmelo as a heel is something else. Like, is something else, especially when he's hanging the jerseys on the rafters. Cocky Camelo is fun to watch, and I really hope they bring back that Camelo before he leaves. But one thing I know is Camelo is going to leave WWE. So that's like what I have to say, and like that's me wrapping up.
Well, so from one person, from the role of thinking one person is leaving WWE to another one that left his establishment to come over to WWE, we all talk about somebody people make superstars over here. From one that would have never, with what he was doing on the other side, that wasn't anything that would have made anybody a star, but is where he is that can possibly have a shot and being a star. And that person we're talking about, Royce Keys, the former powerhouse Hobbs from AEW, left AEW to come bet on himself. We all wish Melo to bet on himself, either in WWE or outside the globe, outside WWE, whatever happens. But somebody else has left where he was to bet on himself, yeah, in the big leagues, and that was Royce Keys. And we had Royce Keys debut on in Saudi Arabia at Royal Rumble, and we haven't seen him all year. And the only thing we saw him do was, go to the headquarters and have a podcast done with Stephanie McMahon. And I did review that podcast. It's on our YouTube. You can go check it out. Social media clips are available at the Samuel Lion or Samuel Ekpe on social media. You can go check that out. The clips and everything was done. Incredible, impeccable sit down. That man sat down there crying his ass out. And here he was, months later, on SmackDown. And I mean, Humberto Carrillo, Beto, now formerly known as Humberto Carrillo, that man has been here since 2019 or before that self. Debuted in 2019. I remember his first match with Seth Rollins. That boy has been putting in the work. That boy has, been eating the iron. You look at him looking so bulked up and looking so incredible. But I don't know what the fuck still talk about SmackDown not using their stars. Angel Gaza, now Angel is it's crazy. But Royce is here. Royce Keys is here. Maximus and the going big divine. Like, what is your take on on Royce Keys, and where are we seeing this man in a couple of months? Would we be yet saying you would have rather stayed back where you were than coming here and do this shit, or would we be saying, my God, did he make the best decision of his life? Already, it feels big for him because he's in the biggest company in the entire world, and we just hope it turns out good. Thoughts?
Okay,
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 that's all is
this is so sorry, Maximum, please can I say because I'm in a hurry now. Okay, so um I don't really know much about Royce Keys, but the little I know about
Okay.
Royce Keys, the because the little I know about Royce Keys is always injured, is injury prone.
Okay.
Because anytime I'm
Okay.
like, you know what, let me check who is this person. Anytime I check, oh, I forgot the name was it Powerhouse Orbs.
Powerhouse
Anytime I
Hobbs. Yes.
our Hobbs is injured. I'm like, okay, nice. Anytime I check, Hobbs is injured. Hobbs is injured. Bro is like always injured. So I'm like, okay, why is WWE signing him? But you know what? I supported it. I was like, you know what? Okay, he's a powerhouse. I watched some of his highlights and I'm like, okay, he's actually good. He knows how to use his big body and stuff like that. But bro is always injured. Then later we went on to find out that he lied about his age and stuff like that. And bro is like not actually coming to WWE for like the wrestling and stuff. He's coming for the Hollywood opportunities he's going to get. Same thing Jade said. Jade said one of the reasons she came to WWE is because of the Hollywood opportunities she's going to get. So that's the same thing with Powerhouse Ops. Like, yeah, definitely, if you come to WWE, you are going to get big opportunities with Hollywood. Look at Drew McIntyre right now. Drew will be going off TV for a while just to go shoot some movies. Drew is already getting like big Hollywood opportunities. Look at Liv Morgan too. So yeah, they know coming to WWE is going to like, you know what, give them a lot of opportunities inside and outside the ring. Look at Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks in NST. Ricky Starks is already starring in movies in CW, the mother channel to NST. So they're no coming to WWE, even if it's NST, even if it's the main roster, even if it's Evolve, you are definitely going to get big opportunities inside the ring and outside the ring. And with this, I would like to say, Samuel Lion, I'd like to say thank you for having me on the show.
Big divine. Hold on.
I,
You ain't
I,
going. I'm not.
I genuinely
Not
appreciate.
until you tell me your take on this last one. I'll let you go on this one. I promise to let you go on this
Okay,
one. All
please,
right.
what's the
So,
take?
Royce Key said, choice is a luxury. The one man that had the luxury to make it back to the big leagues refused to do that and decided to stay back in these little leagues and get paid the biggest bucks he could ever dream of. So Chris Jericho is back in AW once again. Signed, seed delivered. We all wanted to see break the walls, or Judas play on our PA system on WWE, and we waited for that man all year, and we haven't seen that man. We're like, what the fuck is going on here? I mean, the news broke. He was back in AW. He came back in Winnipeg. He was also there last week and everything. He's going to be in a match tonight in Dynasty. Before I let you go, what's your take on Chris deciding to stay back with AW? We heard, oh, WWE maybe I wanted him to for a retirement run, and Chris is looking like $1 million. He's over 55 years, and he's like, fuck that shit. I'm not going to come back just to retire. I still have a lot left in me, and I'm going to stay back here, collect this big payday, and remain
Please,
with
can you
AW.
say the quote again? The quote Royce Keys quoted.
Royce Kidd said on his video that we played on SmackDown, choice is a luxury, and everybody has the luxury to pick whatever they want. So Chris decided to stay back in
Okay.
AW. He decided to say, no, fuck that
For
shit, and come into WWE.
Chris staying back in AEW, I think I would say I understand because in WWE, Chris is not going to have that much of a say in things, and with a lot of things you have heard mostly from Cody, and Cody saying anything about AW is the absolute truth because he's one of the founders. He's one of the founders of that company. So
Yes.
Cody said that AW does not have like the AW is controlled by the older guys. So the older guys can
Mm,
influence results. The older guys can decide to like, you know what, I'm not going to lose to you. You are going to lose to me. And it's not supposed to be so sometimes. It's going to like derail momentum. So I think for Chris staying back in AW, that's like I'm not surprised because I know, yeah, you know what? If I stay back here, I'm going to have all the all the say I have. Like we recently found out that Mercedes Vanado, that's Sasha Banks, has say in creative. She can decide to take the pin, she can decide not to, she can decide to squash somebody, she can decide to be squashed for somebody. So and
mm,
that's the thing with AW. Chris Jericho knows that, you know what, if I stay back in this company, I can decide to do this, I can decide not to do this. And today, let's not even be surprised, he's going to win Ricochet because he can have a say to that too. Let's not even be surprised he's going to pin Ricochet. Same thing with Adam Copeland. Copeland has never like that I don't think Copeland has won smoothly to someone ever since he went to AW. So that's just the thing. Chris Jericho stayed back and received a more bigger bag because he knows that I have a say in this company. I can influence the results in this company. I can be a world champion again in this company. And I will say this thing before I leave. MGF said it this week. I said it last week that the other company, that's WWE, are not pushing young stars. They are pushing older stars. They are giving older stars the title, and those older stars will be retiring soon. And a lot of people will not know the newer stars, the younger stars. And now look at AEW, home of retirement. We have Adam Copeland, we have John Mosley, we have Kenny Omega, we have Chris Jericho, we have Jeff Jarrett. So there are a lot of old men there, and Chris Jericho being part of the old men is not shocking to me. So that's like my own opinion on that, and that's my point on that. And yeah, thank you for having me on the show, and hope to be back sometime. And yeah, thank you YouTube, thank you Spotify. I am Big Divine. You can check me out on. Can I promote my Twitter?
Yes, you can plug. You can plug.
Yeah, you can. Big Divine 12, big underscore Divine 12. That's my X handle. You can follow me. I talk a lot about wrestling there. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you guys some other times. Bye.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much, Big Divine, for joining us. We can't envy another man for going for the bag. Chris went for the bag, and we can't envy him. Thank you so much, Big Divine, for joining us. In Maximum, I know you were there. That was riveting television. Riveting. I know you had a lot, so I don't know where do you want to begin. Do you want to just move the fuck on from this? You don't want to. You don't want to just let's just move on and just wrap up with what we have left on the show cards to go in on. Or do you have anything to say about whatever you had with Royce Keys and Jericho? I know they are from the company. You don't really dabble in.
Okay, first of all, Roy Keane. I think it would have been better he stay where he came from. That's all I can say.
Oh my God, Emaximas, you won't get us kicked out of here. So please, from somebody that would have been better off, staying wherever they came from, in in LA, sorry, in I Show Speed. So I Show Speed made his way to the big leagues, the biggest in the game, and is right here in WWE trying to, I Show Speed has, gotten his way in the rest, has made his way to WrestleMania and has a match at WrestleMania, and Carmelo Hayes hasn't had a match. Let that sink in. Oscar is not on the card. Io is not in the card. Draganov is not on the card. Should we keep on going? A lot of people are not in the card, but I Show Speed, Jelio Fantasy Role is on the card. Little Yari is on the card. Pat McAfee is on the card. But none of the other people that have been working their ass off all year has nowhere to be found. Let that sink in. So I Show Speed, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, LA Knight, Usos. I mean, LA Knights, I mean, for the fans of LA Knights, I speak to you this night, because right now it's 10:33 p.m. over here in West Africa. It's crazy to be a fan of that man. I mean, I don't know what it means for you to be a fan of that man, and you have to sit down here, year in, year out, and see that man eat shit. And and just keep on talking shit on every single year, and that man can catch a break. That man has been in the field with the vision all year, and that man has been fed scraps for years. And it's so funny how you see one of the most over guys in the company, and to think that he's now the one that's going to they're using him to peddle, you know, the celebrity in the game. It's crazy. It's fucked up, but a maximum. I don't know what you have to say about this whole thing. Austin Theory, Show Speed, Logan Paul, LA Knight, Usos. I mean, for the Usos, the biggest family in the entire wrestling space, the greatest tag team. You can argue with your keyboard. To be sunk into all of this, like, take? Emaximas, can you hear me? This man just you are talking with your mic mute. Your mic is muted. I don't know if you can hear me.
Can you hear me now?
We can. You were talking and your mic was muted.
Yeah, so sorry. So like I said, I was saying that um we are the world now is in a digital space. So um
Okay.
bringing I Should Speed, when I saw I Should Speed, the first that was when he appeared on Raw when he got cursed by Denhausen. I knew that they were booking him for the card at WrestleMania, but I didn't just know how they were going to do it. But luckily, they did it by allowing the Logan Paul and Austin to win the tag team gold, so thereby leading to a triple threat tag team match at WrestleMania. Now let's look at this. WWE is trying to do what's best for business. And what is best for business? Bringing money to the companies,
Mm.
to the company or companies, bringing view to the company, bringing engagement to the company. And who better than IShowSpeed, Speed, than Lidu Yati, than Logan Paul? They have the platform. They have the platform, and a lot of people are going to watch. They're going to put a lot of highlights after WrestleMania, and a lot of people are going to watch, whereby they're going to connect to the WWE page. And so basically, why they're bringing all these people is because they want to just make sale. They want to increase their profit online. They want to get more views, and by getting more views, more people are going to subscribe into the WWE channel, whereby from there they make money and things go down from there. I mean, things go up from there. So they're just doing what is best for business. So that's just my take on that. So nothing much, nothing special about I Should Speed. Ellie Knight came to his home and attacked him. It was amazing. It was sweet. Yeah. So that's just basically it. So I feel they just want to use their platform for visibility and engagement and publicity and stuff like that. So that's it. Good luck to I Should Speed and
You,
and everybody that's going to fight. Then also still are friends. Also are friends to Ashley Speed and Logan Paul, and also they, the Usos, they are social, they always like to have fun and this and that. So let's move on.
when it comes to you, you like spinning, putting positive in everything. But at the end of the day, Maximum, I know we are trying to wrap up the show earlier this week because it's WrestleMania week, and I'm as a fan, we're gonna try and see how we could do. I'm gonna go into thinking of how we might be live this week, inside the week. But I don't know when. I don't know what we need to do. But it's WrestleMania week, and we need to be on top of the news. We need to be on top of things, and we're gonna look. This is not gonna be the only show this week. You're not gonna see us again next Sunday. We might try and be live into your lives very soon, but we're gonna work on that. But before we do that, what the Maximus just said, it's one of the things we are dealing with: the corporate mess, the corporate chaos going in, because everything is all about algorithm, sales, metrics, money, social media this, social media that, celebrity this, celebrity that, and that has sunk us into one of the craziest times where everybody's so up in arms, everybody's really worried about the whole thing. The whole product is crazy because of the fans, not wanting to have a celebrity chalked into everything and dragging everything and hijacking stories just so that we can have more eyeballs, more this, more streams, more sponsors, more. exposure. Like it's crazy. Wrestling has always been fun. Without all of this, we are not saying we don't appreciate what the celebrities and the people do for us, but at the end of the day, it's just crazy when it's all about because we see it from a mile away. It's all profits with them, and we understand that it's a business. At the end of the day, you need to make money, but when it's all about the money and the fun is being taken away from, it's like what now families that can't even attend these shows because they've been priced out. And now those that I can, like, they can't even stay at home, pay all this. Like me, I pay all these subscriptions just to stay involved and watch. And you can't keep taking my phone away from me and still take, it's a whole lot. And these are the things people go through. I know we have a lot of things on the some things from the show that we have to cut out because of time and all of that. But I just wanted to acknowledge AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. That's one of the brightest spots in all of the women's match. I know the um Rock Stephanie Vake and Liv Morgan are trending right now because they want them to main event over Cody and Randy. Guys, I need to give it out to you. That ain't happening. You know, I didn't really like the way they are going with AJ and all of this, but I do appreciate Becky. Becky has been putting in the best work of her life. I know we had acknowledged that last week, but like to end on note, CM Punk dropped a pipe bomb last Monday, and going into this new Monday, needs new WrestleMania week, go home show and all of that. It's just a whole lot of Pat McAfee and Cody and everything. I don't want to get into that mess. Like, let it just play out the way it's playing out. We can't come here and do like we know those people will do what they want to do. So to end on this note, I just wanted to get your take. What can we expect the last Monday, the go home show of Raw and the go home show of SmackDown leading up to the biggest weekend in pro wrestling history, WrestleMania from Las Vegas. Your take, Emaximas, as we wrap up the show, whatever you have to say right now. You are muted, guy. You like muting yourself while you're addressing us.
Sorry. So basically my phone is low. So basically, first of all, I, like you said, is a business and everything. So definitely you
Yes.
need to make profit and everything. So
Mm.
but moving on.
So I feel we have Maximus trying there to handle things and get things done over there while we are wait for him to give his final thoughts. But it's just one of those things where I look at, and with the pipe bomb, him saying the corporation sending him here in CM Punk dropping pipe bomb, saying the company sent Roman to Jimmy Fallon, Roman doing this, Roman doing that. It's because Roman is plastic, all of that thing, investment that paid up in year eight. Cody told Roman that 3 years ago. Like, it's one of those things you sit down and watch and all of that. And I get the whole thing. It's a business at the end of the day. Business needs to be done, money needs to be made. But when the fun is being sucked out of everything, it defeats the purpose of this entire thing. And I just hope they are able to parlay this in the best way possible. This has been an incredible show, and I've loved giving in my hours. I work all week to make sure that I can make this life possible, and I'm so grateful for everybody that joined in here, from a maximum to Big Divine 12 joining in, and to our first subscriber here on the show. We have never had somebody joining in the live show and say, "Oh, I subscribe." Thank you so much, Anthony Man Zanomop 3240, for subscribing to the channel, chiming in with your comments and liking the show. Thank you so very much. I hope we're able to do a great one for you. And like I said earlier on, we would be trying to see how we could come live again inside of the week while leading up to the biggest show this weekend and all of that. Thank you so very much. This has been After the Match podcast here on Hello Media. If you are on YouTube, please subscribe, like, share, subscribe, share, and listening to Spot on Spotify and Apple Podcast, wherever you listen to us. So thank you so very much. We love bringing on episode 17 to you, and we hope you love it. Please chime in. Don't touch that out. Thank you so very much. This is Samuel Lion once again.